Welcome. This is OBN, Voice for the People. I'm Anwar Khalil with the news of the hour. Ethiopia's Speaker of the House of People's Representatives, Taggese Chafo, held talks with Speaker of the United Arab Emirates Federal National Council, Dr. Amal Al-Qubaisi. In the talks held in Abu Dhabi, the two speakers discussed regional and global issues of mutual concern, as well as ways to strengthen interparliamentary relationship and ties between Ethiopia and the United Arab Emirates. Praising Ethiopian Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed's efforts to empower women, Dr. Amal Al-Qubaisi said, quote, "It could be a model for other countries." She also thanked the Ethiopian government for the constructive role it played to bring peace in the neighboring countries and in settling peace between the Sudanese Transitional Military Council and a coalition of opposition. Pointing out Ethiopia's historical relations with the Middle East countries, Taggese, Speaker of Ethiopia, said Ethiopia is desirous to further cement the ties as well as its interparliamentary relations with the UAE through sharing experiences. During his visit, the speaker also met with officials of Abu Dhabi Fund for Development and the Emirates Red Crescent to discuss on progress of previously launched cooperation works. President of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Sahle-Work Zewde, stressed the need to develop habit of paying taxes in order to solve developmental drawbacks. Ministry of Revenues has offered award and recognition to sector officers under its mandate. Leta Teresa at the story.
Ethiopia's Ministry of Revenue has given recognition and award for sectors whose performance has shown good progress. The ministry disclosed that it has collected 192 billion birr in this fiscal year, which it says exceeds the last 2 years' revenue with 22 billion birr. On the event, President of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Sahle-Work Zewde, said all citizens of the country should make paying tax culture in order to meet the ever-increasing public demand.
It's very important to well understand that tax is the main source of government revenue and fulfill the ever-increasing demand of the public for development.
Minister of Revenue Adanesh Abeebe, for her part, underscored that the revenue has shown immense progress than the last years due to high commitment of all employees.
Promising works have been done on strengthening obedience to tax laws and contraband control. Besides this, efforts have also been made to control illegal weapon trade.
She called upon leaders and employees of the sector to work in collaboration more than ever for more success.
Majority of that government budget is expected to be collected domestically.
Adanesh Abeebe, Minister of Revenues, was Mayor of Adama Town, where we are now, and now Minister of Revenues of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Abiy Ahmed, and Doing Business Steering Committee members have evaluated the milestones achieved over the past few months. They also reviewed the medium and long-term goals set to improve Ethiopia's ease of doing business ranking. Fukadu Burhanu has more.
Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed has evaluated works done in the past 6 months to accelerate business activities with members of the National Doing Business Committee. They also reviewed the medium and long-term goals set to improve Ethiopia's ease of doing business ranking, with the vision of placing Ethiopia among the 100 doing business ranking countries by 2021. The National Committee, led by the Prime Minister, comprising key government entities, has undertaken key reforms over the past 6 months towards creating a conducive business environment. Commissioner of the Ethiopian Investment Commission, Ababa Ababayo, on the event said the committee has made 8 new proclamations on legal reforms.
In the past 6 months, our main target was making our country conducive environment for doing business and investments in order to increase competitiveness, production and job creation in the country. We've also done many reforms in this regard. We've already finished legal reforms and changed to implementation.
He added that 40 law administrative reforms have been done by the committee to speed up trade activities in the country. Ababa noted that the current trade law of the country had served for over the past last 60 years, adding that they have been preparing new trade laws using experiences of developed countries, which will be ratified after 4 months. He underscored that the government is working with due emphasis to create an enabling business environment for private sector investments to create 3 million jobs in the upcoming year. Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed, for his part, noted that institutional reforms will also be done to accelerate doing business of the country.
Reform ሁልጊዜም ሲጀመር የመጀመሪያው entry point የህግ reform ነው.
When any reform work is started, the entry point is legal reform. When legal reform is done, it increases implementation capacity. We can't do any other thing without doing legal reform. Next to legal reform, there should be institutional reforms. Legal implementation alone is not enough. The institutions should have also capacity of implementing it.
Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed launched the Doing Business initiative last December to improve Ethiopia's business and investment climate. The initiative, which is an integral part of Ethiopia's action plan for jobs, is expected to make the country a competitive place to start and grow businesses.
Welcome back after that break. Workers of the Ethiopian Urban Development and Construction Ministry expressed their readiness to plant tree seedlings to tackle global warming. Fukadu Burhanu again has more.
Workers of Ministry of Urban Development and Construction said they are very happy to place their level based on the national planting seedlings to beautify and create suitable climate in the town. They have also expressed their readiness to follow up the planted tree seedlings till it grows through youth association established under the ministry, adding they will work with due attention to share their experiences for other use of the country.
ይሄ ድል ደግሞ በእኔ ጊዜ በመምጣቱም በጣም ደስተኛ ነኝ። እንዲያገርም እንደኔ እንደወጣትነቴም ታሪክ የምጽፍበት የምሰራበት ጊዜ ነው።
I prepare myself very well. I'm very happy for getting this chance. This is right time to make history as use of our ministry. We've planned one thing. The ministry has planned to plant 760 million tree seedlings. So we are ready to play our role, starting from planting till it grows in coordinated way.
አንደኛ የሀገራዊ ጥሪ ነው። ሁለተኛ እንደ ሴክተር ያለንበት ሴክተር ከተሞችን የማስዋብ የከተሞችን ገጽታ የመቀየር ጉዳይ ነው።
First, it is call of our country. Second, it is our main job because our ministry focuses on beautifying and creating suitable towns for its residents. So we are very happy by engaging in the activities. It is the issue of inheriting good things for the next generation.
Director of Communication Affairs with the Ministry of Urban Development and Construction, Lako Abaji, for his part, noted that on the programmed days they have been working to plant 38 million tree seedlings in 2,056 towns of the country. He added that they have been working to facilitate every precondition for the program.
የከተማ ልማትና ኮንስትራክሽን ሚኒስቴር በተለይ በሀገሪቱ ካሉት 2056 ከተሞች
Ministry of Urban Development and Construction is working to transplant more than 38 million tree seedlings in all towns of the country. We've held a discussion with all stakeholders in this regard. We've also finalized every precondition to plant seedlings like transport, food and water.
The director underscored that the target of the ministry is not only planting seedlings but also protecting tree seedlings till it grows. Lako further notes that the ministry has planned to plant 760 million tree seedlings in this rainy season.
And related news, RC Zone Agriculture and Natural Resources Office announced that over 58 million tree seedlings have so far been planted and ready to be conserved in the zone. Residents and police in Chole and Guna districts of the zone vowed to nurture the planted tree seedlings. Mukhtar Haji has more.
Residents in Guna and Chole district of RC Zone in Oromia region vowed to conserve and nurture the planted tree seedlings in their locality. They said they will work to their maximum effort to protect and to grow well as possible as to bequeath it to the generation to come.
We look at and conserve those tree seedlings as equal as we do for our children. So we would like to conserve and protect it to bequeath to generation to come.
Head of the Office of Agriculture and Natural Resource Office of Guna District, Hassan Hamda, said they have been prepared over 2.8 million tree seedlings to plant it in this Ethiopian summer. Chief Administrator of Guna District, Tamam Hassan, on his part underlined that they will protect and conserve the plant tree seedlings along with local community.
The most important thing is not only planting the tree seedlings, but it is protecting and conserving them to transfer a greenery environment to the next generation.
On the same way, residents of Jol District have planted the tree seedlings along with members of the Oromia Police Force. Some members of Oromia Police Force and local residents vote to conserve and protect the planted tree seedling.
We must conserve and protect the tree seedlings as equal as we do for our own children. We vote to realize that. By the side of keeping and realizing peace and security of the country, we must take part in such campaign of planting tree seedlings per the request of our Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed. We will also work to conserve it as possible as it is.
Chief Administrator of Jol District, Kanyo Danye, while planting the tree seedling along the community, said his district is ready to keep up protection and conservation of the plant tree seedling.
We will protect and conserve the tree seedlings everywhere we have been planted. We have been also seriously working for its better growth.
Head of RC Zone Agriculture and Natural Resource Office, Abba Buako, told me that over 58 million tree seedlings have been planted in the zone. He said they have been working to aware the community of the zone to protect and conserve the planted tree seedling in the locality.
Awareness is being expanding to the community to protect and conserve the plant tree seedlings. Planting them is not a matter, but conserving and keeping it to grow is the most important thing.
Yes, to make it sprout is the very thing that should be done. And what counts is to nurture the plants. Imagine next Monday, all the media outlets probably would focus on Ethiopia, that on a single day, Ethiopia planned to plant over 200 million tree seedlings. Imagine what Ethiopia, this blessed country, would look like, if these tree seedlings sprout properly and nurtured properly. This green land will become greener and will be model for other countries in sub-Saharan Africa. The Ethiopia-Djibouti Railway Corporation is planning to double its freight and passenger service trip. Tamasgan Mulatu has more.
With the fastest growing demand for its multi-purpose service, the Ethiopia-Djibouti Railway Corporation is planning to double its freight and passenger service trips. In an exclusive interview with INA, Ethiopia-Djibouti Railway Director General Engineer Tlaun Sarka said that the railway is registering remarkable achievements both with the freighters and commuter service and will continuously scale it up. He added that reducing the travel time both with the freighters and passenger trains is considered as an outstanding achievement of the country. Ethiopia-Djibouti Railway target to achieve Ethiopia's 85% freighter facilities. The railway is working to transport 40 to 50% from what is now being transported by trucks, which enables 4 freight train trips daily from Finfinne to Djibouti instead of 2 trips under current practices. He noted that the 2 freight train transport 212 containers in 1 trip only within 11 hours. The same amount was being transported using about 100 trucks and arriving in 3 days. Mentioning statistics show that Ethiopia imports about 13 million tons of commodities through Djibouti Tlaun Trust. Speaking on passengers train, he said the Ethiopia-Djibouti Railway has transported about 150,000 kilometers in 2018 and attained 700 million while planning to double it. Djiboutian commuters appreciated the service rendered by Ethiopia-Djibouti Railway Corporation that commenced its standard gauge electrified railway operation back in January 1st, 2018. The Ethiopia-Djibouti Railway, which reduces traveling time between Finfinne to the capital of Djibouti from 3 days to 12 hours, was built with an outlay of $4.2 billion according to INA.
Ethiopia got the first railway in 1917 that runs from Djibouti to Finfinne, and many towns were established in connection to the construction of this railway. And the first company, Chemin de Fer, the French company, built that railway. A consultative meeting forum which brought together senior officials from Benishangul Gumuz, the regional state of Ethiopia, and the Blue Nile state of the Sudan commenced in Asosa town. During the meeting, the two sides vowed to work together to maintain peace, ensure benefit of people, and prevent crimes in border areas, according to Benishangul Gumuz Regional State Communication Office. President of Benishangul Gumuz Regional State, Ashadli Hassan, said the role played by Ethiopia to solve the political crisis in the Sudan is a testimony of the strong ties between people of the two nations, stressing the need to give due attention for the success of joint development and peace-building projects between the two regions. Ashadli said the forum would have a paramount importance to bring the plans to success. Governor of Blue Nile State, Major General Ahmed Abdurrahim, for his part, said, thanked the Ethiopian government in general and Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed in particular for the contribution in restoring peace in the Sudan. He added the Blue Nile State is ready to work together with Benishangul Gumuz Regional State in areas of development.